All right, I'm ready. You guys ready? What up? We're back to you. Fitness with just a few sides. It's been about 3 weeks since we've done an episode. So we went a little hiatus. What's that word? Hiatus. That's why I got the smart guys. So we just found out my GPA is by far the lowest one from high school. We had what was yours?
3.9.
3.6.
And you don't remember?
I don't remember.
I had a 1.6. So, I mean, I wasn't the best student in high school. And here I am running a podcast now. Look at me, Mr. Winky. Take that. Anyways, he was my assistant principal and he was an asshole. But anyways, we're back. We got two wrestlers I used to coach for the last 2 years. They graduated this year. Had great seasons. They probably taught me more than I taught them. I just pretty much just came in to make the jokes, I think. Is the only reason I got hired. But it was we got Grant Treaster and we got Stu, Sawyer, George, Mock. So he has a few names. Tell us, how did you get your nickname, Stu?
Right, so pretty much freshman year, we had a senior wrestler, and he didn't ask me what my name was ever. He just kind of, got it off what other people would say, and he thought my name was Stuart, but he wasn't sure, so he just called me Stu. And then one day at practice, I asked him, why do you call me Stu? He's like, oh, it's because at one point I thought your name was Stuart, but now I know it's I'm like, what is it? He's like, it's I'm like, Sawyer. He's like, Sawyer, that's what and
so I just kind of stuck.
Yeah, really did.
Well, the best part was I came in, they're like their junior year, and I just heard him called Stu, so I literally thought it was Stu. And then one day I heard George. I'm like, who's George? Like,
It's like on a sheet or something.
yeah, I was reading off the list. I was like, we don't have a George, And then I heard Sawyer, and I was like, who's Sawyer? I was like, I just knew Stu, so
Yeah.
it was pretty funny. So back to Cole and myself. So you should know us. Quick question. You said you had something that you're about to start doing. We have a little stair runner over there.
Runner, so you can hear that. I don't know if you can or not. But.
Probably. I saw the boom, boom, boom.
No. Anyways, I was gonna ask you guys ever bought like a subscription box that comes with?
Like the Ellen DeGeneres box? Like
She might have one. I don't know. They have them all over.
She
I
has
see
one.
them all over social media.
oh, like the puppy box. I just know the really ones that a guy shouldn't know about. Like the dog boxes, like the paw friends.
Yeah, I think I know
or
what you're talking
something
about.
like that.
Yeah. I mean same concept, but.
So you pay like a monthly subscription?
Yeah, you bought any of those before?
I haven't. No.
No, I haven't.
Never.
I'm a man.
Wearing a pink shirt. Man.
It's salmon.
Salmon, okay. All right. I think salmon's a little bit more pink. More than orange than that, too.
Yeah, you're right. Hey.
Anyways, I just bought one. I saw this one. I don't even know where I saw it, probably on Instagram or something. But I mean, it had a whole bunch of like pre-workout and stuff in it, and I was like, that seems kind of interesting. And I figured if I get enough pre-workout and protein and stuff, $40 a month or whatever is worth it, because that's the same as buying a tub of protein or whatever.
Do you get a box a month?
I get a box. Well, yeah, I think so. I don't know, I've only gotten one so far.
First order.
Yeah.
To be determined.
I bought like 6 months worth, so I better get it. I think I'm supposed to get it like every 15th.
What if it's
15th
quarterly?
of every
That would
month.
suck, wouldn't it? Okay, sorry.
But anyways, I got this box. It's called the Fit Box. But it's really cool. Like, it came with, I mean, like I said, it's the first month. So maybe it's the only good month. Maybe they can send you one good month. And
That's how they get you, man.
But no, it came with some like pretty cool clothes. I don't know if you ever heard of the brand. I think it's called like Viking or something. They had some super comfortable clothes.
Viking?
Viking.
Oh, Viking?
Viking.
Are you saying Viking or biking?
Bike.
Like the do-do-do?
Yeah.
Okay. I got you. I thought you said biking the whole time.
But it came with like some gym chalk and pre-workout protein.
Got something. I'm sorry.
But anyways, I just want to say I feel like this should be something you try, because I know you're always buying different brands.
All the time.
All the time.
So this thing like sends you out a new brand every month.
I find all my like clothing apparel off of Instagram. You guys at Instagram, you guys know. But you know how you always have like certain things that pop up. How the government's all, oh my God, I need to stop putting them. I'm just kidding, I can't say that. But Anyways, you know how I always have like this barbell cartel. Like all my squat lifts pop up because that's what I always look at, and the government spying on me and stuff like that.
Of course.
So that's where I get all my stuff. So I'm all about it. I might try it out. How much? $40 a month?
If
You gonna
buy-
pay my first one?
Yeah, sure.
I'm just kidding.
No, so it's like it depends. If you buy more, it's cheaper per month. If you buy like 12 months.
Is it only Viking, or do you get other brands
No,
too?
it's all-
Switch, like each month.
Yeah, it's all like if you look at the past months. Well, that's why I bought it. It's Barbell Cartel. There's a lot. They have a lot of stuff in them. There's Viking.
Oh, barbell cartels in there?
Yeah.
That's my favorite
Yeah.
shirt, man.
There's,
and it's pink. I like it.
They have all kinds of brands like that.
What is
that
it
are-
called?
It's called the Fit Box with 2 X's.
Sponsor us.
Yeah, right. Yeah, look at Stu. Put in the work for us. I like squat lift too. That's another one. I don't know if you've seen squat
I've seen.
lift.
I've seen your shirt that you wear.
They got some super short shorts, and I love it. I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else before we jump on into it?
Nope.
I don't either. Boom.
Changes mother may serve you well. The dancers cause you rejoice. Win a break out of the self-made hell and serve this power noise. Hellbound and nothing to lose. Ignorance on fire. Win a break down the concrete wall. Got to walk the wire.
All right, so we're back. Like I said, I got Grant, I got Stu, Sawyer, George, and then I got Cole and myself. And today we're pretty much going to talk about wrestling. I think we all can agree it's probably one of the hardest conditioning sports. It's one of the hardest sports to train for, and it's one of the longest seasons. Cole was a rower. I think that's probably one of those jobs one of those sports up there too. That's very mentally tough as well. But you're just not wrestling someone, but you're still just going at it
Wrestling
for hours.
the water.
Yeah, you're wrestling the water. You're
Yeah.
wrestling your inner demons. But first off, I just want to come back. So when did you guys start wrestling? Like, how old were you guys? Like, sort of break us down, like your accolades and stuff like that. See that word? Accolades? Yeah.
We're proud of you, man.
Hey, the 1.6, baby.
So I started really young, 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been going for about 14, 15 years now
Oh, my
wrestling. So it's been basically whole life, any accolades.
You're an All-American, right?
Yes, so I was 2-time state champ, 1-time runner-up for high school.
Garbage.
And then
Sorry.
and then nationally, there's 3 different styles of wrestling. I took 5th in one style and 6th in the other at nationals. So
And freestyle and Greco, or what were they?
it was folk style, which is the style you see in high school and college, and then Greco, like Greco-Roman. I took 6th. And
Yeah, and Greco-Roman. Do you know what Greco-Roman is? So pretty much, if we're wrestling, like we're hands right here, but I can't touch your legs and you can't touch mine.
you can't use them, you can't trip or
Yep.
anything like that. So it's
Exactly.
all just upper body and just
Yeah.
huge throws.
So all these dudes just tossing people.
Launching.
That's what.
Throwing for 5.
I remember the first time I got thrown for 5.
Oh.
It was the scariest moment of my life. Like, because I only wrestled 1 year of freestyle and Greco, and I was wrestling this guy who was wrestling college at Central Oklahoma, and I ended up taking him down in freestyle so fast, and he was pissed. And the next thing you know, like, we get back up, and he does like this, like, what's it called when you go down and you come back around the waist behind him? Yeah. And he did one of those to me, and just boop. And I was just like, woo! And I remember when they taught me, when you get thrown, put your
Yeah.
chin to your chest because you can get hurt or whatever. And the first thing I thought about, right when my feet came out, so going,
It's not. I'm sure it was probably a pretty soft landing.
it was. It just.
It
I was
surprised you. It's not as
yeah,
bad as you think.
it was
but
intimidating.
They look nice.
Though.
They look nice.
Oh, they're
but
so. Oh, I look.
They're pretty soft.
And they call pins so fast too in those styles.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I
Instead
got.
of 3 seconds, it's just 1. You hit for 1 second.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
right. You.
Well, I've been wrestling since 2nd grade, so about like 7 or 8.
That's when I started.
Yeah, and I've just placed at like a kids state tournament about twice, 3 times maybe. I just got like 5th or 6th, but this year I got 5th place at high school state, and that's definitely my greatest accomplishment. So yeah.
You didn't do freestyle and Greco though, right? You
I
did.
did 1 year.
Mhm.
When it was my sophomore year, and I
Worked out with me.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, like, back to like throwing people, like I remember he like first like he got me and like he could definitely launch me, but he didn't like want to like hurt me or anything.
Of course
so,
not.
gotta give respect to him.
Oh yeah, that's the fun part. I never threw anybody. I wanted to so bad, but I never got the chance
Yeah.
to. The moment I got thrown, and then I got my butt whooped by some kid. It was like an open because I was so big, and they wouldn't have enough guys my size. I got put in the open all the time. So I was wrestling dudes that were in college and stuff, and I was like, man, screw this. You know, like, I'm tired of just woos. Like my record was horrible,
Yeah.
man. I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, sorry, CK Wrestling, I'm out.
CK.
Is that who you wrestled for?
That's who I wrestled for.
Yeah. So back to high school and everything. So you run cross country. Did you do any other sports? I couldn't
I
remember.
did football like freshman, sophomore year.
Yeah.
Man, I grew up playing football until about freshman year. I played freshman year, and then I went for cross country, and I was like, I'm too small. You know,
Yeah.
I might as well just run cross country, stay in shape, and so it paid off when it came to wrestling.
So
season.
when-
I was already in shape.
So when you talk wrestling conditioning or wrestling shape compared to other type of sports shapes, what would you like?
Not even like
No.
comparable.
It's like I'll go in cross country shape, and like I'm running like close to 5 minute miles, like splits and stuff like that, and I still get to the wrestling room and I am just exhausted.
See
Like,
that cool?
it's a different because not only are you just running, you can kind of blank out and just keep running.
Mm-hmm.
But wrestling, you're constantly, it's more like not only long distance sprinting, it's also short, quick bursts. So it's a mix of all of them. So you can't just like have fast twitch like muscles or, the long endurance ones. You have to have both. So it's a combination of just everything.
And you how fast you run a pretty fast mile too, right? Like you just ran that 3 mile like 5 minute pace, right?
What was
Yeah.
it?
This dude's crazy, man. Like he did a
What was
mile.
that?
He's doing a mile. You doing mile lunges or something soon?
No, yeah, today, right after
Today?
this.
Oh my
Mile
god,
lunges.
mile lunges, dude's
You do that?
freaking crazy.
It's crazy.
He's actually so. I'm just throw this in now. Tell us about the thing you want to start doing here soon. You got coming up.
Which one is that? The program?
Yeah, the programs.
Okay, so I'm just gonna start basically selling programs. I'm gonna try to make a whole bunch of different styles. So basically, like what I do in here, what I would call it is cross training.
Mhm.
I don't stick to one style of training. Everything I do is different. It's hardly any day, like 2 days in a row, that I do the same style
Yeah.
of workouts. But with that being said, these programs, there will be, so I have one that's just like body weight. I have one that's all just straight like powerlifting type stuff. And then I have one that's more like a CrossFit program. I have one that's just basically exactly what I would do. And I'm just going to start selling those, and each one's going to come with like a video tutorial. Hopefully Brandon will help me do this.
I hope so. Try.
A video tutorial of each workout. So it won't be me going through the workout, but it'll just be me explaining it, showing you how to do it. Basically, each one's going to be like a month or 30 days worth, whether you want to just add that to your workout or whether you want to
Make that your workout.
make that your workout.
Heck yeah,
however you
man.
wanna do that. But
I'm excited to help you with it. I know this dude's crazy. I mean, if you follow him on Instagram, CB Williams Fitness, right?
CB Williams Fitness, yeah.
Yeah, dude does some dirty 30s, muscle ups, all these strong stuff I can't do. Can you guys do muscle up?
I'm sure they can.
Yeah.
I can.
Okay, well, I can't. Well, another reason you guys are better than me. So, high school wrestling, I think junior, senior year, we had some good times. One of my favorite times, we had this kid, Colin Bybee. He got beat out at Jinx. That's when you hurt your finger last year.
Yeah, I just
And,
secured
like-
my finger, so I couldn't grip on my
Oh,
whole
yeah.
hand. So I
That was
just, like,
horrible.
sit out, yeah.
He was done for. But Colin was standing by me, and these high school girls were walking by, and Colin was looking at him walking by like this. And I go, Colin, stop staring at the girls. And all the girls turned around and looked at him, and he got so red, and he was so mad at me for like the longest time. He like punched me, and like he was so angry. But
That sounds like
I honestly think that's the reason I didn't get to travel that much this year with you guys, because I always goof off with you guys all the time. No, it's honestly just because the girls wrestling changed
Yeah, that's
everything.
true. Yeah, you
But-
were coaching
yeah.
them instead of us more.
Yeah, so I used to travel with these guys a lot. This year we didn't get to travel as much. It might have been because of me though too. I sort of avoided them. for good reasons. What are those good reasons, Grant? Listen to this story. Tell them the whole story. The whole story. Cape and Mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
we just title it Cape and Mom.
Yeah, it's just Cape and
I
Mom.
figured out who the mom was.
Oh yeah,
I'm not gonna say.
Oh, you know her now?
I know who she is.
Is she married?
I don't think so.
Gosh,
I think she's single.
I still think she's beautiful. She's like 45, 50 years old, and I'm in love with her. She's tiny. She's perfect.
This is
Oh my
mystery
gosh.
woman.
She wears glasses. Like, whew. Sorry. I hope she watches this and you just
Anyways,
follow
so,
me. The real dad
let's
bod.
see. It would have been regionals last year, and the Cape section was right in front of us, and she's sitting there, and you're just eyeing her like, I'm after the tournament, I'll come up to her. I'll go up to her or something. You know?
I had a few conversations with her, though, to be
You
fair.
did?
I asked her about her because she was in college at Newman, and I asked her a few questions about what she was studying and what for and stuff like
Okay.
that. Sorry, I just make sure I did talk to her, but
Okay.
I didn't flirt with her because I was scared.
Yeah. All right.
Scared.
So that happens there, and we're like, Edgerman, like head coach, is talking about how like I'll get to the number for you or something like that after the tournament. He's like, no man, don't do it. I don't, you starting
Yeah.
to chicken out like.
Yeah,
I'll talk,
oh yeah, I'm a big talk. I'm a big dog, but I don't have a small
No,
bark.
yeah. So
Then they,
Edgerman comes up to me. He's like, I'm gonna prank him here.
yeah, they sent me to go hold us a spot at the dinner place. So they sent me to like Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
So I was gone. So this is when.
So we're all planning out, and he's like, so who does he not have number? And I'm like, I don't think he's got my number yet. So they're like, okay, we'll text him off your phone. So we're like, hey, this is like Sheila or
Yeah,
something.
Sheila.
I'm like, one of your coaches approached me and gave me your number. Like, I'm from Cape or something, and like I'm like 52 or something, telling your age. Like, hope that doesn't bother you. And like you respond like,
But
oh, that's no big deal.
he's calling me like big boy and stuff, and I'm like.
I say something like, send me a picture of yourself, big boy. Like that wasn't my touch. I'm just the messenger
Dude,
here.
they got me so hard. I thought they were helping me. Nope, they.
No, and so then we're just like, send a picture of yourself, and he sends a picture. He's got this full beard or something like that. So the picture's old, or something like that. And I'm like,
my
complimenting
God.
him, and he's just like, "You want a picture of me?" Like, and you're like, "Of course," like something like that. And so then finally, like, I leave. By this time, we've gotten to like Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah,
I
so
leave.
before this part, they come back to Buffalo Wild Wings when I got the seat saved, and I'm like, I got her number. She's texting me. These guys are walking
we're
in,
like-
high-fiving me, like all laughing, like, oh, good job, coach. Like the whole team, managers,
All
everybody.
invited.
And I'm like the happiest man, like, bah, bah, bah. High-fiving these guys.
He's sitting at like towards the end of the table, like I'm in the middle, so we're like pretty close to each other. I'm just like texting back and forth, looking at him. He's like,
AB's literally like, dude, just give it up, man. Dude, she's too old for you. Like, he's trying to help me, like, get me away, but he won't rat the guys out. So I'm just like, no, man, like.
so finally I'm like, hey, you're like, you still owe me a picture of yourself or something like that. And so finally, like, okay, here's my picture. And then I think it was Edgeman. He took my phone and went out behind all of us and took a picture of us. And he gets it and he goes,
Yeah, it was like right behind me, and I was like, wait a second. And then instantly I just put my head in my hand, and I was like, everyone lost it. And I was just like, bro, this is a story that will, like,
it was-
I'm going to be like 85 years old one day. I'm going to run into these guys and be like, this dude is such
And the funniest thing was, afterwards, like my name in the contact was Cape and Mom for like over a year.
Oh, yeah.
So like, I texted like one day random. He just like Cape and Mom.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah, he was Cape and Mom for the longest. I think I changed it the start of the season.
I
I,
think
was
so,
like,
maybe, like,
okay,
midway through
I
or
should
something.
yeah, that's what it was. I was like, I should probably. I think I texted him like, hey, Cape and Mom or something.
Yeah, and I was like Cape and Mom. Oh yeah,
it was.
right.
It was. Oh yeah, it was super embarrassing, and that was the first story they wanted to tell when I told them they're going to be on the podcast. Like, well, we got to talk about Cape and Mom. All right, we can talk about Cape and Mom. All right, back to wrestling.
Yeah.
Not embarrassing story. Do you have any embarrassing stories like that? Have you ever been catfished?
I would say yeah. I'm probably not gonna go into as much detail, but yeah.
Oh, dude, I've been catfished by
Because
dudes.
it's
Apparently,
like I could tell you the story, but it's not as funny because it's just me that knows,
Yeah.
and you guys are like,
yeah. Cole's just laughing to himself. I think everyone's been catfished. I mean, you guys probably haven't hit the Tinder stage of your life yet.
So
But I
I've
was,
been catfished
not
on there,
catfished,
but back in
just-
high school on Facebook.
you got catfished on Facebook.
Oh yeah, Facebook was
Yeah,
bad.
I don't use Facebook.
No.
I was too young for that.
Yeah. Old people
Once
ruin it.
you get old, you have to do that.
Old people. Yeah.
Who'd you get catfished by? Did you ever meet this person?
Yeah.
You did?
I won't say names or anything.
Yeah, don't say their name.
But yeah.
I want to see pictures
It's actually
though.
one of my friend's girlfriends, which is weird.
Oh yeah, I was definitely not saying this.
Well, they're not dating anymore, but
Oh,
they
okay.
were at the time. So
That's
it
funny.
was strange.
So I've definitely met a girl on Tinder who used a picture who was like 4 years younger than she was now, and I saw her at Applebee's. I was like, oh,
Did you like go on a date with her?
oh! I met her at Applebee's.
Like
and
you
I
planned it, or you just ran into each other?
So no, I planned it. So like we're like,
You just were like-
and I'm like, why would you like put a fake, like not fake, it was her, but like years ago,
ago.
like 35 pounds lighter ago, and I was just
Oh,
like,
gosh.
I'm nothing bad about being a bigger girl, but I mean,
It's not your type.
I don't have a type. If you look good in your type, I like it. You know what I mean? That's my type. It's your type, but.
No age limit.
Yeah, no age limit for sure. Whew, older women. Wow. But definitely met up with her, and I was expecting a 110 pounder, like, but it wasn't 110. And then her, like, it was bad. It was bad. And afterwards, I forgot, like, she was on my Snapchat still, because that's how we were talking. I thought I deleted her.
Oh.
And I made a snap, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I pretty much broke down how horrible my date was, and I talked about her. Like I made fun of her. Like I was a dickhead.
dude,
Like
that's so
I
mean.
made so much fun of her. And
Did
then
she just like swipe up like?
she goes, "You know, I still follow you on Snap, right?" And I just was like,
Block.
"Yep, block." I didn't even say a word. So I'm not very good at being catfished. It happens to me a lot, apparently. Okay, sorry. This is wrestling, guys. Wrestling.
Right? Not
So,
catfish.
yeah. What are you guys doing after now? So you're still gonna keep wrestling, right?
Yeah,
That's
I
the
go
plan?
to the Naval Academy, wrestle there. It's D1 program. Wrestle there next year.
You wearing the shirt?
Yeah, Navy, gotta
Oh,
represent.
Heck yeah.
So plans afterwards to go there. My brother's there right now. He's their 125 pounder, which is their lightest weight in college. That's what weight I'll be. So I'll be his backup for a year and hopefully taking his starting spot the year afterwards. So right now he's home from this Corona COVID time. So I just work out with him.
Well, that's probably helpful too, though.
Yeah.
You know, like get that experience with your brother and
Definitely.
everything.
I mean, he's at that top notch. I mean, as high as I think 11. This last year, his junior year, this previous year, he got as high as 11 or 16th in rankings. So being able to work out with someone like that is definitely an advantage for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you almost went to the Air Force, right? Or was it
Army.
ever?
It was Army.
It was Army.
Yeah.
Okay. How close were you to Army? Like.
Army was definitely there was a period towards the start of like August, September where I went on a recruiting visit out there, and Navy wasn't as talkative yet. Some communications broke down within their own staff, I guess, and so Army was number one there for a little bit until Navy picked up their recruiting and talking to me, and they realized that there was some miscommunications and stuff like that. And so then they really hammered on, and I was just like, yeah, this is the place. I mean, I've always wanted to.
Yeah.
My dad went there. My brother's there.
Yeah.
So like I knew before my brother, since I was about second grade, I would say.
Yeah.
That I wanted to be there, and I wanted
Oh,
to be
that's-
a Navy pilot. So
that's awesome.
That's what I always knew that.
What call sign do you want? Are you gonna? I mean, I think we could think of some good call signs. That's all I think about.
You know, I don't know.
Just in time for Top Gun 2. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll think of a call sign for you. I'll think of one for you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stu, what do you got going on?
Next year I'm going to Wichita State studying dental hygiene.
Dental hygiene?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Don't look at my mouth. I used to be a chewer, so I got horrible teeth. Me and Stu are actually going to be college students together.
Oh yeah.
I told
Wichita State.
him, I was like, we need to get a class together. How funny would that be?
He's like, yeah, these two people will be wondering like, why are these two guys friends?
This guy over here with like you barely grow a beard and he's got this beard over here. Like,
You got the guy that's
apart.
old. Yeah, they're like, how are these guys friends? Like, is this your dad? Like,
father son class.
oh my goodness. Oh. So you dental hygiene. What made you do that? Was just
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good career choice, and like it kind of matches up with my kind of skills, I would say.
What's your skills?
Yeah.
Like
I'm very
Yeah.
curious now.
good working in the 3-dimensional.
Steady hands.
Yeah, steady hand.
You see him?
Good with my hand.
Oh yeah. I'm not very steady, I don't think. I don't know.
Nice.
I'm also on my second energy drink for the day, so
Bang.
very possible if I'm just like coked out over here on Bing. Do you have any questions? You got something. You gotta have some kind of curious. Something you've always wanted to know about wrestling.
Something I've always wanted to know about wrestling. No. Never been that interested.
You think of a question.
I've actually, I don't know, I wouldn't say I know a ton about it, but I've spent a lot of time around it. Like, all my friends wrestled and
Landon wrestled. The guy that owns this gym. I actually used to wrestle Landon in high school.
Huh?
I beat him.
So just gotta put that out there. Yeah.
It's out there.
It's out there,
It's
come
on
on.
almost every podcast.
Yeah, I beat him, but he actually beat the guys that beat me though. So it's sort of like a weird.
Yeah. Sometimes
I was just
matches
his.
up
I
how
was,
you
exactly.
style,
I was a
mentally.
leg rider, and he was shorter, so it was easy.
How you
for-
match up sometimes.
Yep, exactly. So what's your one story from this senior year? So I know you guys both graduated, right? Was it different with this coronavirus and stuff? Like, what type of graduation parties, or have you even had one? No.
You can go. You can talk about this one first.
I haven't even had one, and I mean, I just work at Dillon's more really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You just make more
Gives
money.
me all the
yeah,
deals
that's
at
where I
Dillon's.
was when I found out. No, I don't give
No, I don't. He's
You've
like.
never come into the north.
Yeah, I do. I come in there every once in a
Yeah,
while,
like what?
but not the days you work. I feel like.
What?
Twice a year.
Sorry, Southside.
But yeah, that's where I was when I found out the news, and it was like before it got canceled for the rest of the year. I was like, I don't mind it, but once I did, I kind of realized like everything was just canceled, like graduation, prom,
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about prom.
and like the other thing is like I went to school like on Thursday, like
Oh.
before spring break, and that was my last day of school.
Did we have
And I
Friday
didn't-
off?
Yeah, we had
Yeah. So Thursday was. Yeah.
And like I had no closure, like I had no idea that was my last day of school.
Yeah, that was the weird.
That's
I would
like-
say
that's
was
the
the
craziest
weirdest thing.
part.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just trying to think of the last thing I did in that school was I took a calc test and then I did a physics test. That's the last
That's
thing.
it.
I didn't know. I was like, oh yeah, spring breaks. I'm heading now.
Yeah, you
Going
guys,
out with
you guys
friends.
weren't even thinking about it. You know,
The
you
rest
guys
of the
say
season
bye.
was
That's
over.
wild.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You know, Tommy got paid for a whole season of track, even though he only coached like 1 week.
He was an assistant to the long distance, and all he did was carry around water bottles. I don't think people. He's like, yeah, I'm assistant track
Yeah,
coach.
and he
I'm
got paid the whole
like, yeah,
$3,000 or something.
yeah.
Job I turned down.
Should have taken it.
Yeah.
At least we got wrestling over with.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God! My daughter's state tournament got canceled, so
Yeah.
she was 8-1 or 6-1 or 8-1 or something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
And
she-
the kids club they
Yeah,
got canceled
and
that week.
she was the only loss she had is when she missed weight. They bumped her up to 80, and then they combined 80 and 84, and she wrestled an 84 pounder, and she was supposed to be 76 pounds. She got her ass whooped. Like she.
Now on that, have you ever missed weight before?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you?
I mean, it was back in like kids clubs, so if you miss weight, you just go up a weight class.
Yeah. I've never missed weight. I've
Really?
stepped on first time every single time I made it.
First time every
First
time. See, I missed weight, but I made it before.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I
I
understand.
made
Like,
it
you
for
could,
the end
step
because
on,
it was like
step off.
0.2, 0.4 over.
Yeah.
That's the worst, man. We used to be able to wear without underwear though, so that was
Yeah.
the easiest thing ever.
I
Because
would-
now they have rules. You can weigh like once you weigh once, you have to make weight in that attire. So you can't like take my shirt.
Yeah, you can't take your
Dude,
socks off.
the
Oh my
moss,
God.
man.
Yeah. Talk about like what you ate, like, cause he was cutting what, like 8-9 pounds every week, like
Probably. At least. you know.
Monday through Thursday.
To do all that work and just to make the mistake of not to take off your socks.
DeMoss was cutting 8 or 9 pounds.
Yeah. I mean, like anybody. I mean, there was a couple people that like you can take off your socks, you just weigh in with underwear on, and
Yeah.
you step on with your socks on.
That's
and
what
he's-
you have to make
He's
weight.
just his socks over. And, like if you would just taken them off, you've been
with.
fine.
He would have made it. And
But you can step the way that they worked at, and this was at state. Like he's a senior.
Yeah.
senior, and he was
And
a
he was a
runner-up
runner-up last
year.
And so he stepped on, and the way it works at state is once you step on, I guess I was never over, so I never remember. Once you step on, it was like there's three scales total. So once you stepped on that scale, you got one chance to go to the other scale or something like that. And if you were over still, then you're done. And he was still over. So
don't you get like 15, 30 minutes or no?
I don't think so.
Not?
Not at state. Not the first wins.
Oh.
I think at the previous tournaments, I think you did.
Yeah,
you
you
got
got
an hour.
But you couldn't leave the
You
room.
you couldn't leave the room.
Yeah, it's,
No, there's the wrestling,
dude,
just
they
working.
changed some rules. We're like Oklahoma rules now. Oklahoma has some crazy rules.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's just a
It's
crazy
more just
state.
USA wrestling in general. Like Kansas had different rules than everybody else, and so finally we just adopted it.
I just blame Oklahoma for everything, man.
Yeah, I blame Missouri. I'm Missouri.
Oh yeah. Oh, misery. That's what I call it. Oh man, I don't have anything else to ask him. Do you guys have anything you want to talk about? Like one of your favorite stories about wrestling? Like your what do you call it? Stop signs?
Oh, for like nationals?
Yeah.
I can tell you about my match. It's called blood rounds. You know,
Yeah.
if you get beat out, you get to place top 8. Top 8's normally that thing where you like at nationals like you made it kind of thing. That blood round match. So that tournament, it's like 128 people like in the nation. Like normally like top 2 from each state.
Yeah.
Qualify or something like that. Maybe you'll get an extra third one. Like 'cause there's certain requirements you have to make in order to make it to nationals.
Mm-hmm.
So
So the 120.
there's about 128 people in a bracket, and I lost first round last second. It was like 6-6, and he like some takedown scramble thing, and I like rolled to my back, and he got like exposure and stuff like that. So I lost last second, and
my
so
God.
there's 128. So I had to go through the whole entire backside. So I wrestled, I think it was 9 matches in one day, and the max you can have in high school regulation is 5.
Yeah.
So I almost doubled it in one day.
Yeah.
And like I'm cutting weight because I have to make weight. Like I think actually I take it back. It's Greco. So you were done with weigh-ins
Yeah.
that morning. So I weighed in that morning and then I wrestled all throughout, and I didn't finish until like 9 o'clock at night or something like that. But that blood round match, I honestly it was a blur. I don't remember much of it.
Yeah.
Part of the reason was the guy threw a really nasty headlock and like perfect. I hit and like we kind of scrambled, but he still had my head and arm, and like he was just like he had an arm, so he could just squeeze as much, and he ended up like choking me out, and I rolled over, and like I passed out. I was out for at least 5 seconds.
In the blood round?
Yeah, and I was just laying there, and there's like a video of it, and I was just laying there like this, and then finally my coaches came up to me. And luckily though, they didn't call it a pin. They noticed I was knocked out, and then they just or choked out, I guess, and then they stopped it. But I've seen it before where people get choked out, and then they just call the pin, and then they worry about it.
help
But
them,
the ref said like he stopped it in time, and so I'm there. I really, the thing that went through my mind was, where am I? I thought I was in bed at first. I wake up, there's lights everywhere. And like there's scoreboard, refs, coaches in front of me. I'm like, I'm still in the match right now. I thought
It was over.
It was just like a blur of like the next day, and I'm waking up the next morning or something like that. I'm like, I'm actually still in this match right now.
Yeah.
And so then like I'm alright.
They didn't call it though, because usually once you're
Yeah,
knocked
exactly.
out-
But like I just said like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, he just took me down. So I'm like, and I was just like explaining what happened. So they're like, oh yeah, he knows what's going on. I had no idea what was going on. I was just making stuff up.
Oh my
yeah, I'm good.
goodness.
Yeah, I'm good. And I popped right back up. And my coach said if you wouldn't have jumped up like right away, they probably would have just forfeited the match. So luckily I didn't. And I ended up throwing him and ended up taking down. I ended up winning so then it was like 6-0. I came back winning like 9-8. But last second too.
That's crazy.
And so then I got top 8, and then I ended up winning my consolation quarters the next morning to make it for like consolation semis. Ended up losing the next 2 like by 2 points each one, or like 1 point. So like
Yeah.
I'm like it was like right there, like 5-3 and then 3-4.
Top
so, like,
top
so I
8
took six.
top 8 of 120 though. That's not too shabby,
Losing
I
first
guess.
round.
Yeah. So I knocked a guy out once, and it was because we got in a scramble, and he actually took me down like out of bounds, dragged his toes, and got the takedown. And I was so mad, like dude from Oklahoma, and
That's where the anger comes.
that's
from.
exactly what it is. But then I let him stand up, but I trapped his arm. And back when I wrestled in high school, like I could lift and return to the same side that I had the arms.
Yeah,
even
they
though he
just
had no
changed
post.
that like 2 years ago.
Yeah, so now I have to leave his arms free so he can post. Well, I didn't do it, and the kid like landed like this, and you just
Boom.
went limp in my arms, and I was like, oh shit.
I ended up knocking a kid out this year. I don't know if you were there. It was at regionals. It was like a head-on-head collision, or it was onto my knee or something. I don't remember. It was head.
I should have been
And
there.
you took pictures of it.
I was gonna say I was taking pictures.
Yeah, that's right. And he ended up just colliding, and like I was fine. I just got back on top, and he just laid there, and I was just like,
This is weird.
I was like, it's pretty limp. Like, do I stop? I like looked up to the ref. The ref didn't notice it, and so I was like, I'm just gonna continue. And so like
Yeah.
as I started to bring him down, he started to wake back up and was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. And then
Yeah.
like, so I talked to him after the match. He was like, yep, I was completely knocked out.
Yeah.
I was like,
I remember that one too. It was on the mat.
that's the only time.
It was in the corner
Yeah,
mat.
far corner.
Yeah.
There's 4 mats, so I guess all of every.
Ah, okay. 1.6 GPA, Stu. What's your wrestling story that you always remember you got? Stu had you wrestle Grant every day in practice too. Like these two were like workout partners every day. So these everything that they have, like they helped each other get 100%. You know.
Yeah.
A lot of after practice workouts too.
I guess my last match was kind of like the one I'll remember the most because this guy that I wrestled him first round, and honestly, like I feel like I was destined to lose that match.
Yeah.
Because
Did you lose first round?
Yeah.
He did,
Dang,
I
another
was first
another
round.
guy first
but
round.
it worked in his favor because other
It
people got
really
upset.
did because I went on the backside and I already beat like everyone who I had to wrestle,
Mm-hmm.
and so it wasn't like a cakewalk, but like it made it
Doable.
much easier.
And it gave you
the guy-
confidence.
Yeah, and the guy who beat me went on the other side and beat everyone who beat me.
Yeah.
And
so.
then, so we were both in the 5th place match, and I mean, you know, I was kind of thinking like, you know, my work's done. You know, I'm just like,
You made it. You
I'm
played.
coasting. Yeah, I made it. I'm not gonna like not try or anything, but and then I pinned him in the 2nd period.
Dude.
It was
I
like,
came back and went off on him.
Dude,
He
you
didn't
made him look like a chump, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
man looked like a fish.
yeah, you really did. I was just like, what happened?
I honestly, I was just like,
Dude, my favorite thing about that kid was after your match, he comes over, hey bro, awesome match.
Yeah,
Gives you
exactly.
a
I was
pound,
sitting there in the corner,
and we
I
were
was
all like, this is awkward. Like, did you go after him? Like after that match, like, hey man, awesome match.
I did it.
no, he kept doing that the whole match though. He kept talking to you the whole match.
Yeah,
I was just like,
after he beat me, like after the first round, he was like, "Hey man," he like came up to me in between rounds. He's like, "Hey, good match, man." And I was like, "Dude, get away from me!" You know, like you just beat me. I'm supposed to like hate you. And then, like, right after I pinned him, you know, he was like taking his ankle band off, and like he was just talking. He was like, "Hey, that was a good match, man. That was a good match." And I'm just looking at Dylan, like
the ref.
Oh yeah.
and I'm just like,
Dude, that's what Sawyer did every time. He'd get done, take his wristband off, and leave his hand out there, and he'd turn his headgear backwards, and he'd just stand there with his
"No,
hand
that was
out.
great.
No, I don't
No,
do that.
that was you.
No,
That was
I
you,
unbuttoned
Stu.
it and I let the thing go pop. And then it goes
You
like
would
that.
always stand there with your hand out.
You do.
every-
You do. You go like you do this thing.
Yeah.
No,
Like you're,
yeah.
and like you, like
Yeah.
you're, and you like your back gets super wide, like
Yeah.
dude.
You put out your butt a little
Yeah,
bit.
you definitely do some flex. you do some.
He does, he does.
He flexes too when he does
Oh,
it. He
yeah.
has like this little thing. I do it too though. Everyone has their thing. I used to always try to do like abs or something before my matches because I wanted my abs when I breathed heavy to show through my singlets. We had white
I don't
singlets.
know about that one.
Yeah, but
Yeah, white singlets.
Goddard does stuff like that, man. We're weird.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I think we're getting close to time. We have about 30 minutes. Did you have anything before we go, or did you just enjoy?
I just enjoyed you guys.
We'll have to have someone on that you know a lot more than I don't, because this is my area
Yeah.
right here. This is my expertise for sure. But that was fun. I had a good time. Do you guys have anything else to say, or are you guys good to go?
I don't think so.
Go Navy?
Yeah,
That's
be
weird.
Army.
I'm an Air Force guy, but I'll say it. Go Navy, right? Barbell Cartel, look at this. Cole's lost 10 pounds. He's even sexier now. Check him out. What's your guys' Instagram so we can put it on there?
Sawyer_mock.
Yeah, Grant_Treaster, TR, then Easter.
TR than Easter?
Yep. It's an easy way to remember it because Treaster and I are like, how do you spell that?
Oh, I
And then
thought
Easter.
the whole thing was your
No, Grant_TR, then Easter.
TR Easter. Oh, okay. I'm gonna put it on there too so they can see if they want to. So Grant Treaster and then CB Williams.
Fitness.
And then the real dad bod 28. I can't tell you guys how much I got made fun of for my Instagram by these guys all the time.
Well, I mean, it was just in the practice room, real dad bod.
Yeah.
Then you see him over, and we're doing like intense workouts in the day. And he's over on the side, like laying down with the water.
Dude, that was so
all of
dead.
us, I mean, we're like, I try not to have as much water, and I'm losing weight as well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to lose that water, and he's
I'm just
Dousing
down in
it,
it,
yeah.
man. I'm down.
Bottle.
I'm dying. But they used to give me a hard time if I was late for something. They'd be, "What are you doing, coach? Working out?" Like they'd always make fun of me for sure about it. But hey, I'm glad you guys came on. I'm sorry about your graduations or whatever, but at the same time, I hope you guys have the best times in college. Be smart. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Please don't be stupid. I've made a lot of mistakes. Don't make them. Grant, hopefully you're a fighter pilot and you're on Top Gun 2 or something, right?
Hopefully, something like that.
Maybe Tom Cruise will call you. Sawyer, let's get that class, man. Let's take that class together. Let's do it. But that's all I have. Do you have anything else?
Nope,
Look for
okay.
cool stuff on the YouTube page. It'll be there. All right, love y'all. Peace.